6:47 your time. You're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. Dan Howell with Nikki Runyon, my co-host, and we are back with a very special guest who has been here several times before, Dr. Martin Ringstaff, the director of Cleveland City Schools. I was going to say new director, but he's not so new anymore. He's been here since July 1st.
That's right.
Glad to have you back,
Thank you.
Dr. Ringstaff. You're getting settled in?
I think so, yes.
Good.
Great school system, great people.
Yeah. What has been your most pleasant surprise about your position at Cleveland City Schools? Just off the top of my head.
Well, I think that the faculty that we work with and the administrators and the students, everybody just really works hard and they're working toward the common core of success. And I think they do a great job. And I love the students, but I think the faculty are very hardworking faculty and they're very dedicated. So the success is I think going to be easily achieved with the staff that we have, and I can't speak enough about what our teachers do every day for the students. It's really good stuff.
Of course, you're here today, but we're winding down toward the holidays and going to have some time off, I assume. But tell us what the holiday schedule is looking like for the students.
Well, I was in Mayfield Elementary yesterday, and the energy level is quite high in the student body right now, and I would say that would be in every school at this point. Next week is Thanksgiving break, of course, and we're off Wednesday through Friday next week. Oh. And then we're back for a little while, and then we take the 2 weeks off at the holiday break for Christmas and New Year's.
And you'll go through New Year's?
We will. We'll come back the Monday after New Year's.
Okay.
And I think that's a teacher work day, and then the students come back the next day.
And when does that break start? Do you know the date exactly?
I don't off the top of my head.
But it'll be on the website.
Oh, most definitely. And I'm sure the students know.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I've got it posted on the refrigerator, but I can't remember what day.
And because the students know, the parents know.
Yeah, that's correct.
What is that website, Dr.
It's clevelandschools.org, and the calendar is one of the icons on there.
Yeah.
And it's a brand new website we've put up since I've arrived, and a lot more information. We're trying to make the website more user-friendly with all the forms the parents need. And the calendar and updates on school, and every week I do a director's moment that the parents can read that has any important information or any news going on in the state that affects their children. So that's posted every Sunday evening. It's got the Monday date on it, but every week I do a informational format on the website for parents.
Yeah, I have seen that. A very nice website, and it is user-friendly. So you can find a lot of good information there. clevelandschools.org.
That's
because
good.
My children, I'm like, so what's going, I don't know. So what day does this happen? Oh, I don't know. So it's good to have these events, somewhere that's user-friendly that you can get to.
The Education Foundation last night, they had a big event. Talk about that.
They did. It's called the Vision 100. And they're doing a drive to get at least 100 volunteers to donate $1,000. Which would be $100,000 in the end to help keep the base of the foundation in place and to set the future in motion for the foundation.
Right.
Foundation does great things for Bradley County schools and for us. And they fund our teachers with grants that allow the teachers to do something outside the box that we typically can't fund with public school money. So the foundation does a great job. Lynn Voles and her group, I could speak outstanding about them all day long. They do a fantastic job.
She is a great lady.
So they are looking for at least 100 volunteers to donate $1,000. So we could sign y'all up today. You just let me know.
Yeah, there you go. Well, and if you want, if you're interested in that and would like to support city and county schools and through the Public Education Foundation, just look at the website and they'll tell you how to do it.
That's correct. It's another icon over on the right of the website when you get on there.
Yeah, I'll tell you how to do that. Speaking of funding, a couple of things I'd like to talk about.
Sure.
And one of them, of course, is an item that I had in the headline news this morning. That was a wheel tax that has been discussed by the county's finance committee in a joint meeting with the education committee on the county commission. And the reason to discuss it is county commission, but the reason I want to discuss it with you is because anytime the county funds schools, the city benefits.
That's correct.
So I understand you were in that meeting. What did you come away with from that meeting? What were your perceptions?
Well, I feel that the county commission they care about their schools, and that's Bradley County and Cleveland City Schools. And anytime that a bond referendum is floated out there and passed, the city schools benefits by 1/3 because 1/3 of the taxpayers live in the city. And it's very important as we are growing and we need an elementary school, and we've looked at land and we've had lots of general discussions with our city council So the wheel tax, I think, is a fair way to go. I'm glad that came out in the meeting. I hope that that is the way that the county goes. I hope it passes a referendum if it gets to that point, because it's an equitable tax. Everyone pays the same thing. It's makes it fair, and it's the kind of thing that would benefit our students and Bradley County students, and you can't lose on that one. And they're talking $32 to $35 wheel tax was the discussion, and it was an unofficial discussion, I'm assuming. But
sure.
It's the kind of thing that would really benefit and generate money to where it would set both school systems up for years to come, and I think that's very important.
So the discussion was to specifically make the wheel tax to benefit education. Was that?
That is correct.
Okay, so it would not be put into the general fund.
Correct.
Yeah. I would say it would have a better chance of passing if that was the guideline that was presented to the voters.
And I would hope the voters understand that it is strictly for schools, and it's the kind of thing that it needs to be done. It's behind time to be done, not the wheel tax per se, but funding the schools at that level, because for us to stay competitive and for the growth that the city and the county is looking at in their 2035 strategic plan, it's important to stay ahead of the curve, not wait until your schools are full in your written space before you can add on. So we've got to stay ahead and do what's best for our citizens.
You mentioned the strategic plan, the 2035 plan, which, by the way, you can see by going to bcc2035.com, and that whole plan for Bradley County and Cleveland is there, and it projects so much growth and so much needs and infrastructure and everything out to the year 2035. But that plan talks about schools and the needs for schools and new buildings. So administrators like yourself feeling the pressure to meet those needs as this community continues to grow.
Right.
How many schools we're going to need by then? You have any idea?
I don't have any idea, because guessing growth is a hard thing. The projection for the county, or for the city, let me speak city, is quite substantial. In fact, we're seeing it right now and realizing it. Since 2003, we've gained over 800 students, and we've gained over 200 students in the past year and a half. And Mayfield Elementary alone has gained 65 since the end of last school day last year.
Goodness.
So there's a lot of growth coming, especially in the Mayfield Arnold Elementary area. And we're having to deal with that, and we can't just simply redraw the lines or rezone because all the schools are already full. So we'd really just be shifting the problems to other schools and still have the problem of overgrowth. So a new school is pretty much our only option.
Now, would that be an elementary, middle school, or a high school?
It would be elementary. The middle and high is sustainable at this point, and can be for the near future. We just added on to high school with the science wing that just won first place, by the way, by the Tennessee School Board Association.
Congratulations.
For construction and renovation for architectural design. So we're very proud that that building won first place in the entire state for its decor. And it's very beautiful. Changed the whole face of Cleveland High. But that high school, with that addition, is in good shape. The middle school, we still have some growth allowed there. It's just the elementaries where we're seeing the crunch.
And if, not if, but when it gets to the point of selecting a site and building an elementary, any idea where in the city that would be located? North, south, east, west?
Well, it would be in the north area. You know, right now we're looking at land out on the North Lee Highway area, right across from the Family Dollar. We have a Star Center sitting there that we use for part of our school board office. And right across from there in the Hardwick Farm area is one area we're heavily targeting right now.
Okay.
And that's where the projected growth is going to be, is Hardwick Farms continues to develop. So we would want to put the school in the area for transportation purposes. So somewhere in that part of the city would definitely be our target.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to ask you about is I got a blurb on the news yesterday about Tennessee had asked for a waiver from the federal government. I think Tennessee was one of 11 states that asked for a waiver from No Child Left Behind. From your educated opinion, what is the reason for asking for that waiver?
Well, I think it's a great decision to ask for the waiver, and hopefully it's granted, because the No Child Left Behind of 2001 Act simply states that by 2014, every student, no matter their background, socioeconomic, special ed, race, whatever, every kid will pass every test given to them, which is an unattainable goal. It really is, and it's an unfair goal to public schools because some of the tests are written at the 11th grade level, and some of our students with disabilities can never read at the 11th grade level, just because that's the way it is. And to hold every student, every teacher, and every school accountable for tests that you knew that they were never going to pass, I think is a very overachieving goal at best. It's unattainable, and by 2014, no school in America will probably be accredited. So it's except the charter schools that are written that way, or the magnet schools where they can sort of tailor make their population. Everyone else would be labeled as a failing school when they're not failing.
Right.
To call any of our schools failing is a mistake, because we have hardworking teachers and administrators and students doing everything they can. So it's not like we're just out there lollygagging around. They're working hard and they're doing extremely well. And to label them as failing is an unfair title.
Well, I know that Cleveland-Bradley County have outstanding school systems. They really do. And my children coming up were in some other school systems. When we finally got to Cleveland-Bradley County, it was like, oh, so this is what a school system is supposed to really be like. They are great school systems, and I have no complaints at all. And my kids and now my grandkids are being very well educated in city and county schools. And,
I have one in each.
And
Olivia goes to Mayfield, and then Brandon's at Ocoee Middle, and I have nothing but good things to say about both. So.
Well, Dr. Ringstaff, what would be the alternative if there is a waiver granted? Of course, there needs to be some kind of procedure, I would assume, of measuring the progress of the students. What, in your opinion, is a better alternative?
Well, at the time that the waiver was put into place, Tennessee had already received the First to the Top grant. Race to the Top grant. And we renamed it First to the Top because we were the first state to get it. And that in itself has the accountability standards for the students. So we will use the TCAP test and the end of course test as our standards, and we will have to show projected growth over a period of years and continuously work toward improvement. And I think that's a fair way of looking at things. About a 4% increase each year, and it gives us targets, and we can target down all the way to the student. And our school board is 100% on board with the strategic plan using the First to the Top, and hopefully, and I believe all the way up to our commissioner of the state of Tennessee, Kevin Huffman. We believe that the waiver hopefully will be granted, because we have a very fair system in place for our students, and it needs tweaked, and we'll change it as it goes to make it better and realistic. But it's a work in progress, but it's a very good alternative.
Well, you have a great challenge ahead of you, not only with that, but with the growth that we're seeing, and we're seeing new families coming into our community. The community is growing. Vacher is, I was talking to Erica Burke this week, who is the HR director with Vacher, and we now have 23 German families living in this area. So the education system has to offer diversity too in their education system. So it's a great challenge.
It is
for you.
Amazon, Vacher, and Volkswagen coming, do you think that has contributed to such growth in our elementary?
Well, I think it's definitely helped, and you have the Whirlpool expansion. You have other things that are there, and it's yes, I think that's going to drive other industries in, the smaller industries that support those industries.
Just keep growing and growing.
Yes, and I think that's it's a great problem to have. It's better than we continuously losing people and figuring out how to cut. So it is an issue, it is a problem, but we have to be proactive, and we have to build schools for the future, and we have to prepare our students now for what they're facing in the future. And that's a hard target to hit when we don't even know what's developed yet, but we're going to give it our best shot and enjoy doing it.
Well, from what I hear, you're doing a great job.
Right.
And we appreciate you getting up this morning and coming in and sharing with us on Tennessee Valley this morning. And we want to have you back again and get a regular update on what's going on in city schools. We have to take a break. It's 7:01, talking to Dr. Martin Ringstaff with the Cleveland City Schools. Back in a moment, Reba Terry is in the house, and we'll be back right after this and give you some updates on the headline news. 7:01 is the time.
Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland, is your #1 Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep dealer in this area. Stop by and see the brand new 2011 Chrysler 200. The 200 is essentially a new nameplate with a significant facelift to the outgoing 2010 Chrysler Sebring. A beautiful vehicle at an unbeatable price. And while you're there, check out the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee and the newly designed Dodge Durango. Redesigned, revamped, and reinvigorated. Yes, the Dodge Durango is back, bigger and better than ever. Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep offers a complete parts and service department with qualified service technicians to fix and repair your vehicle. So for your next brand new or pre-owned vehicle, make it Kyle Dodge Chrysler Jeep, located at 511 South Lee Highway in Cleveland.
How would you like to look and feel better? If so, then visit the Ford Center for Anti-Aging, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest. Dr. Ford has been serving Cleveland and the surrounding area since 1984. He is a licensed physician with the Board of Anti-Aging Medicine, offering affordable Botox injections. Botox is a medication that is used to treat dynamic wrinkles such as crow's feet, forehead lines, and frown lines. In addition to Botox therapy, rejuvenate and smooth wrinkled skin. The micro laser peel treats skin conditions associated with aging and active lifestyles. If you're looking for safe and affordable anti-aging treatment, call the Ford Center for Anti-Aging at 423-614-0535, located at 2020 Key Street Northwest.
I'm Dr. James Markham, host of the television program Heart of Health, seen right here on WTNB television, Thursday at 7 o'clock, Friday at 8 a.m., or Sunday at 3:30 p.m.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Welcome back. You're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. It's 7:04 your time and 29 degrees. Let's check out your headlines real quickly. A celebration marking the opening of the Tanasi Trail through Bradley County was held yesterday at the Museum Center at 5 Points. County Mayor Gary Davis noted that the trail highlights interesting places to see and things to do, as well as hitting the county's role in the Civil War and the Trail of Tears. A wheel tax may be the answer to funding needed capital projects for Bradley County schools. The possibility was discussed during a joint meeting of the Bradley County Finance and Education Committees this week. A shoebox collection for Operation Christmas Child ends on Monday. The idea is to share a dose of love wrapped in a shoebox. You can drop the shoeboxes off at the Transportation Center in front of the Campbell Center there on North Keith Street. Let's take a look at your weather forecast. Looking pretty good today. Mostly sunny, high 55. Overnight low of 30, below freezing again, but it's going to get better. Sunny tomorrow, mostly sunny on Sunday, warming up into the mid-60s on Sunday. It's going to be a great day. Get out and enjoy it. Overnight lows warming up into the low mid-40s to the low 50s. Right now it's 29 degrees at 7:05. You're watching the Tennessee Valley this morning. Dan Howell here with Nikki Runyon, my co-host, and we have another special guest who's really no stranger to our viewers. Reba Terry is here, and she's been here before. She is the director of The Caring Place.
Exactly.
Good to see you again, Reba.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
This is a busy time for you, isn't it?
No, it's all busy. But
you're always busy, but it
Yes.
seems like the holidays adds an extra load of work to nonprofits such as The Caring Place. Tell us what's going on at The Caring Place.
Oh, we're seeing lots of people. We distributed 1,500 bags last month to
of groceries?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I assume that. Yes, 1,500 bags of groceries. That equals 30,000 pounds.
Oh my goodness!
Right here in Bradley County.
In Bradley County.
Folks who need it. So we're very excited about that opportunity, and for all the folks who help us to do that.
Yeah. Are you seeing an increase in that demand for groceries? And
there's a steady increase, yes. We had a little bit of a slump in the summer, but it's come back with a vengeance. So A lot of need, no shortage of need.
People, is it a result of the economy? People out of work?
I'm sure there's, and then of course more people know about us.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to extrapolate all that.
Yeah.
You know what's causing the growth, but there certainly are a lot of people out of work.
Yeah. For those who may not know, we'll let you give us a quick synopsis of what the Caring Place is and what you do.
Yeah, we probably should do that. We distribute food and clothing to the disadvantaged here in Bradley County. We're a nonprofit supported by local churches and individuals who, in addition to those two things, we provide diapers to moms who are in need if they qualify, and we have a social worker on staff who addresses other needs beyond food and clothing.
Yeah. And of course you are funded by charitable gifts.
Exactly.
And so far
Depend on that.
the Lord has provided the needs as you provide the needs of others in the community who need the food and clothing. What about volunteers? Do you have a need for volunteers to help?
Always.
In this stuff?
We have a little over probably 130 volunteers that are on a schedule. They have been interviewed and references checked and those types of things. We're very careful about who we let volunteer. But there's always room for more. There's so much need, and there's, you know, when you donate the clothing, then it has to be sorted and sized and hung and placed on the racks, and it's requires a lot of hands.
To donate, if you have, I mean, can people like bring clothes and things to donate? Where would you take these items?
We're located at 130 Wildwood Avenue in southeast Cleveland. We don't have a donation box, a collection box on site. We ask that you come during our hours of operation, which are Tuesday through Friday from 9 to 12, and then we're also open on Tuesday nights from 6 to 8 for those who work during the day. We ask that the items be ready to wear. They don't have to be pressed and on hangers, but we would rather not have to clean them or mend them.
Sure, and that's an additional expense for you, and you don't need that expense.
Right. Yeah. And it's also out of respect for the folks that we serve.
Sure.
We just don't want to give away something that we wouldn't want to receive.
Right, very good.
That's a good policy.
Careful about that.
And if you don't know where that address is, you know where Inman and Wildwood split. Well, you just turn right on Wildwood, and you're just up there,
right there on the right.
Just 3 or 4 houses, I guess.
Down from the IGA?
Not that far.
Not that
We're
far,
the first
before
organization off of Inman.
Yeah, to the right, just as right after you turn off of Inman Street, you're right there. I'm curious, you say you've given away several hundred bags of groceries. Talk about the children involved and how important this is for them to have good, nourishing food and meals. Exactly.
And that it reminds me of another program I want to tell you about that will be beginning soon. 1,500 bags of food affects approximately 4,000 children.
Oh my.
So,
in Bradley County.
Yeah, that's just in Bradley County?
Yes.
That's amazing.
So of course we're not the sole provider of food. Our goal is to supplement what they may be able to purchase or what they may receive food stamps, but it's a supplement to what they have. So the children, your
heart goes out to them.
I know. And they're often just victims.
And my children are 9 and 11, and they seem to be going through a growth spurt, where especially my son, because he's very athletic, and he eats maybe 3 dinners a night, you know, and then a snack before bed, and so I mean they eat so much, and it's you've got to have that food there for them.
So the program, if I have a second, we were the recipient of a grant from the United Way's in Health Endowment Fund.
HCI?
No, the United Way portion.
Okay, gotcha.
Of the programmatic monies. For a sack pack program that will begin in January, where we will provide a pack of food of 12 to 15 items that we will bring to the schools each week. There's 3 schools we've identified in the county that the teachers and counselors will select those students. We don't know who they are. We don't need to know that. And they will put those packs of food in the children's backpacks on Friday afternoons. So they will have something to take home for the weekends.
For the weekend.
Research indicates that many of the students who qualify for free or reduced lunches only eat at school. So this isn't, you know, a lot, but it's more perhaps than what they've had. So we're very excited about that.
That just breaks my heart.
It's just unconscionable, especially right here in Bradley County. We're such a blessed county.
There's so many people that are in need.
And we have so much, and so if we will hopefully be able to add schools to that as we are able and prepare more bags. But things that we're looking for in those bags are nutritious items. We're not going to put you know, chips and candy bars. It's going to be nutritious items. So things.
So give us an example.
Okay.
Right. What can we donate as far as food?
Like shelf life milk.
Okay.
That can just be, you know,
like evaporated or
no, that's ready. You know, kind of like the Yoo-Hoos, except milk. I mean, Yoo-Hoo is more of a flavored, sugary thing.
Yeah, you don't want
not as healthy.
Right. Little containers also of juice, not high C sweet, but juice.
100% juice.
Fruit snacks, raisins.
What about peanut butter?
Peanut butter is good if they're in the little like to-go packs. You know, just
those
kind of little things. Fruit cans that have the pop top, beanie weenies. Little cans of you know, SpaghettiOs, things that kids could eat. So we're cereal products, as long as it's again we're going to be real careful, make sure that it's not just sugar stuff.
Not a sugary,
So we're very excited about that.
That's great.
That will be beginning in January. So we've selected Waterville, Valley View, and Black Fox schools.
Great
That's where
program.
we'll begin.
Great
so now the teachers and the counselors, you were saying that decide which children get these packs.
That's right.
They'll be confident knowing that those kids will have some food for that weekend.
Right.
Yeah. Because once they go home, you know, you don't know. They're not at school. They won't get that meal. You just don't know.
Right.
It breaks your heart, as
So
Nikki said, to think that children in Bradley County are going hungry on the weekend, and thanks to this program, at least some of them are being fed.
Right.
And hopefully, again, as the means increase, we'll be able to do more.
Yeah. Anything else exciting going on?
If you have a group, Sunday school class or civic club or something that wants to get involved, we're doing caroling for cans.
Okay.
If you're interested, call our office at 472-4414. Christy Ritzau is our coordinator for that, and it will be up to you as far as what day and what time, but you'll be given a neighborhood that you can go to, and she's got it well designed, so you can go caroling for cans.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and what was that number again?
472-4414.
Okay.
All right. Thanks so much. Reba Terry, Director of the Caring Place.
Thank you so much.
And it's worthy of your support. It really is. They're doing a great job in helping those in need here, especially during the holiday season. So you can find them. Are you on the web?
We are, thecaringplaceonline.org.
caringplaceonline.org, or just go by the office. I'm sure somebody will be glad to help you out there.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, and thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For our
Appreciate
community.
you.
We really do.
Thank you.
It's 7:16. Got to take a break, and those crazy what do you call them? Movie guys? What did I say? The Riot with Robin Ryan. The Riot with Robin Ryan coming up in just a moment.